Welcome to another video lecture series on electronic device and circuits. I'm Dr. Vinod. In this video, we are going to see about the working of the Hartley oscillators and its applications. So, generally, the Hartley oscillator is an electronic oscillator which used to generate the high frequency sinusoidal signal. It consists of, since it is belong to an LC oscillator, L represent inductor and C represent capacitors, and the oscillations are produced in the LC tank circuit. So the Hartley oscillator uses two inductors or a tapped coil and one capacitor, okay, in order to produce the required feedback for the continuous oscillations, and it works on the principle of positive feedback. What is positive feedback means, since part of the output signal is fed back to the input, both are in phase, means that is a positive feedback. So it has to follow the condition of Barkhausen criteria. Generally the oscillators, what are the Barkhausen criteria is magnitude of a beta is equal to 1, and it has to produce a 360-degree feedback, positive feedback, positive phase shift, 360-degree phase shift. So what are the key features of this oscillators? It produces a sinusoidal waveform and it uses LC tuned circuit, and we can vary the frequency by changing the values of the L and C. Okay, and this is mainly used in the radio frequency generation. So on solving the equation, I will get the frequency value is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root of L1 plus L2 plus 2M. Okay, so you know that L1 and L2 is nothing but an inductance of the coil, and M is a mutual inductance between the coil, and C is a capacitance. Okay, so these this tank circuits will form a value of beta, and generally it is a passive circuit. So what is passive circuit means? It consists of a resistance or inductance or a capacitance. What is the application of the Hartley oscillators? As I told you earlier, it is used for radio frequency oscillation, and it is used for signal generation, and it is used in the communication systems. Then it is used in the local oscillator, in the radio receiver, testing and measuring equipment. Okay. So what is basically a Hartley oscillator is it is a LC oscillator which is used to generate high frequency sinusoidal signal, and it is used in the RF and communication applications. So what is the working is, whenever we turn on the DC power supply, a small noise signals at the initial current starts oscillation in the circuits. So as you know, the tank circuit consists of two inductors and one capacitance. The capacitance gets charged and discharged through this inductor, which will cause an oscillatory motion of energy between the magnetic field of the inductor and the electric field of the capacitor. So as a portion of the output voltage is taken from the tapped coil, and it is fed back to the input of the transistor, right? That is the A part. If the feedback signal and the input are in phase, which satisfy the condition for the sustained operation, that is a positive feedback. Since the transistor main application is to amplify the signal and compensate for the energy loss which is happened in the tank circuit, it will prevent the oscillation from the dying out. So if the oscillation start to decrease, means it has to maintain constant, right? So it is called a sustained oscillation. So as this repeated charging and discharging and the positive feedback will help to generate the continuous sinusoidal output waveform. Okay, so let us see the derivation. So here the above circuit in the red is nothing but a common emitter, and the beta it represent passive circuit, that is tank circuit, and the A has to produce 180-degree feedback, and the beta has to produce another 180-degree feedback. So totally it produces a 360-degree feedback, and the first equation is HI Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 plus Z1 is Z2 into 1 plus HFE plus Z1 Z3 is equal to 0. And you know that this is nothing but the first equation is nothing but a general form of oscillator. So if you want, you refer my previous videos. And you can see in the previous video where the Z1, Z2 and Z3 is connected. So here the Z1 and Z2 forms inductance, two inductance, and Z3 forms capacitance. So Z1 I can write it as SL1, and Z2 I can represent as SL2, and Z3 is equal to 1 divided by SC. That is represented in the Laplace transform. So you substitute in the above equation, 2 in the first equation, and you substitute S is equal to j omega. So you obtain the third equation as HIE, and if I take the j omega constant, I will get taken the j omega out, so I will get j omega into L1 plus L2 minus j divided by omega c plus inside the braces I will get minus omega 2 L1 L2 into 1 plus HFE plus L1 divided by c, that is equal to 0. So as I have two inductance, I represent L1 and L2, and as I have only one capacitance, I represent C. Okay, so if you equate the imaginary term to 0, okay, so on the HI term I have imaginary terms, so I will get HI into omega into L1 plus L2 minus 1 divided by omega C is equal to 0. So the first term in the third equation consists of an imaginary term, so I am equating that one alone to 0. So HI goes to 0, and here the omega into L1 plus L2, that is equal to 1 divided by omega C. So I will get omega square is equal to 1 divided by L1 plus L2 into C. So here the L equivalent I can represent as L1 plus L2. In some other book, if I consider the mutual inductance, I will get plus 2m, otherwise minus 2m based on the dot product values, and if in some cases the mutual inductance is 0, so I represent here the mutual inductance value is 0, so I have taken L equivalent is equal to L1 plus L2. So therefore the F so omega is equal to 1 divided by root of C L equivalent. So you know that omega is equal to 2 pi F. So F is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi into root of L equivalent C. Okay. So from the third equation, you can see as the HI goes to 0, the rest of the terms I am going to equate that one into 0. Okay. So next, so if I equate that one to 0, I will get minus omega square L1 L2 into 1 plus HFE plus L1 divided by C is equal to 0. So omega square L2 L1 and L1 get cancelled out into 1 plus HFE is equal to 1 divided by C. So 1 plus HFE is equal to 1 divided by C into omega square L square. So you know that omega square is equal to 1 divided by C L equivalent. So C get cancelled out. So I will get L equivalent divided by L2. So where L equivalent is say L1 plus L2, as I consider M is equal to 0. So here what is HFE? HFE is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by L2 minus 1. So I will get HFE is equal to L1 plus L2 minus L2 divided by L2. So L2 get cancelled out. So I will get HFE is equal to L1 by L2. So HFE is nothing but the beta value. Okay. So I have find out the frequency by equating the values of the imaginary term, and by equating the real term to 0, I will get the value of beta. So once if you get the value of beta, since a beta is equal to 1, so if beta is equal to some value, I can find beta is equal to 1 divided by a. So from that one, the inverse of this one is a, right? So inverse of HFE is a. So a value is L2 divided by L1. So the a is nothing but a gain. So if you choose the values of different values of L1 and L2, you can find the gain. Okay, so since for the oscillation you require a gain and frequency. So I hope this video is useful for you, and thank you very much for listening to the video and for your passion. In order to view the rest of the videos, please subscribe to my channel, like the video and share to your friends.